This one is still checking for service. Okay, there we go. There we go. Whew. Your girl been down bad. Oh my goodness, but we are pulling it together. We are pulling it together and we are picking up the pieces. And I just had to hop on. I had to hop on because these are the times that I want to show. Sometimes not in the thick of it all when emotions are very, very high, but shortly thereafter, so you can get the just authentic experience of it all. My subscription group, they get a little more bonjour. They get a little more emotion than I bonjour. Oh, you just make me so happy every time I see you join. Yeah, today I got out of bed, which is huge. And sometimes that is the flex, is just getting out of bed. And that is something I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for, especially during times when you are transitioning, times when life is lifing. Okay. Oh, bonjour. I'm so happy to see you. It's that's a flex, and it is those, I don't even want to say small things because it's not small, especially depending on what state you're in mentally or emotionally. Getting out of bed is a task in and of itself, and you should give yourself credit for that. It's something that we truly take for granted. It is one of those things that we take for granted. We think that we're one going to just wake up every morning. We think that's a given. We think that we are, entitled to that. But we also think that once we wake up, that just getting out of bed, getting it going is something that is just going to happen. And yeah, that has not been happening. It has not been happening. But today, oh, merci, I appreciate it. Oh my God, bonjour, so good to see you. Oh, this makes me so happy. Yeah, but today I gave myself permission because yesterday I didn't have a choice. Yesterday I did not have a choice. Getting out of the bed and just functioning, being a productive citizen of the world was just not, I don't want to say it wasn't an option. It is an option that I opted out of because just mentally, emotionally, I just could. I couldn't. And today, I guess I should say it's 3:30 p.m. here in Dubai. It is 3:30. Today I woke up regular time, 4:45 or so. Actually, I was up earlier before that. And I initially planned to push myself because I've been going to the gym as of late. I was going to push myself to go to the gym at about 5:30 or so, but I gave myself permission to just not. So I laid in bed and then I went back to sleep. I didn't start my day until noon. That is wild. Like that's dinner time. If you wake up at 4:45 or before, noon is like dinner time. And anytime I sleep in until 6:30 or 7, I feel so awful. And we've chatted about this before. A lot of it is just upbringing, depending on what kind of household you grew up in. Sleeping in wasn't an option, rest was not an option. You just could not enjoy life. Like you had to always be on. And even if you weren't on, you had to pretend that you were on. So today was a huge, huge just step in the right direction, giving myself permission to just rest. Whether I felt tired or not, I deserve to rest. We all do. And that, again, is something that I feel that a lot of us take for granted that we think is a given. That is such a luxury to me. It is. It's a necessity, but for a lot of people, resting is a luxury. Depending on your career, depending on your family dynamics, resting feels like it is not an option and it needs to be. And when you have the time to do so, we should not feel bad for resting. And I'm saying we, when I mean me. Oh, bonjour. What are you doing over here? Ariana, what are you doing here? But it felt so good. So allowed myself time to just be. Rested all morning. I finally made it to the gym. I wanted to do some cardio just to, with the hopes of releasing some very, very anxious energy. Just, I can't tell you, it helps. When I was in the States, I used to walk. Walking helped me so much, mentally and physically. Merci for the heart. Walking has helped me so much mentally and physically in the States, but of course, here in Dubai, it's just entirely too hot to be outside. So that's why I started going to the gym. Going to the gym has helped me so much. Physical activity, it doesn't have to be the gym because trust me, I never thought that I would be a gym girly. And this is really just no option. If I had an option not to, I mean, I have the option. I could walk outside, but I don't want to. Physical movement helps so much. If you are able to physically move, don't take that for granted. Do not take that for granted. So after the gym, just listening to some ratchet music, and then I had to switch it up and put on some inspirational podcast, I felt good. And I don't know if it was a combination of the rest, because I didn't realize how little I actually rested. Even when I'm in bed, my mind is just racing. I'm always going through a checklist of a million things I need to do when I wake up. There are times when I think of things while I'm supposed to be resting, and I don't want to turn the light on to grab a notepad to write down these thoughts. So I'll grab my phone to put the thought down. Of course, I'm going to check messages. Then it's a it's a slippery slope, a very, very slippery slope. So, yeah, just giving myself space to feel all the feelings. And when I tell you, the feelings have not been fun at all. They have not been fun at all. And that is, it's just something we don't share. It's something we don't share a lot, especially when you are on social media. Unless you are a mental health specific, like that's your niche, wherever you are, a lot of times we don't openly talk about those things because it is so much pressure to have it together. It is so much pressure to have all of the answers. It's a lot of pressure. It's so much pressure. Not only is it a lot of pressure, once you are online, you open yourself up to so many opinions, so much advice, so much everything. So when you're not well mentally and emotionally, whatever it is that you are feeling, and then you log on and you see comments criticizing you about this, or, I didn't like this, or your glasses look stupid, just ridiculous things, it becomes so overwhelming. So overwhelming. So I'm proud of myself for putting my phone down. Yesterday, I initially wanted to go live. I decided not to. The only reason I'm up today is because I'm feeling better. I am not feeling, 100%, but that's okay. That's okay. And that's something else I am teaching myself. If I only have 40% and I give 35 or 40, that's amazing. We're not going to always be at 100%. We are not always going to be so happy. We are not going to always feel comfortable. And that is so, it's difficult. It is difficult to bear with, especially if you are a person who, for a majority of your life, you have been the person to always have it together. You are the light in so many people's lives. You're just always the positive. You're pouring positivity into others. It is a challenge when you don't feel that you are able to show up in the capacity that people expect. You feel like you're disappointing others. You feel that you have let yourself down. There's just so many emotions, and I I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I'm going through this because it's amen. Sometimes 50 is all you can give. Exactly. And know that when all you have to give is 40 or 50%, and you give 40 or 50%, that's 100. You gave everything you had to give that day. We are not always going to operate on the highest vibrations. We are not going to always operate on 100%. That is just the reality of it. And we need to hear that sometimes. We need to hear that it is okay to give what you can. It's okay. And I'm looking at you all and I'm telling you this, but really I'm talking to myself because I have been feeling these for quite some time, to be totally transparent. But really, as of late, I have been feeling like I have just let so many people down because I can't get myself together. I can't show up the way I'm used to showing up. I have been feeling so bad. I've been avoiding people. If you so happen to watch this live and I have not replied to your message, I haven't replied to your email, please do not take it to heart. This one is going out. That's such a flex. Like me getting up today, me going to the gym, me showing up online. That these are huge accomplishments and I do not take it lightly. So yeah, I really had I never have truly a purpose when I hop on. I just feel it in my heart and feel that someone needed to hear this. Someone needed to hear this. So just know that it's okay. It is okay. Give yourself permission to just not. Whatever that is, give yourself permission. Give yourself, see, you are in an adjusting mode. Give yourself grace. Exactly. And it's true. And I forget that. I really do forget that I am, it's a lot of moving parts right now. It's a lot of things going on right now. It's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of everything. And I've shared this before, how we're kinder to others than we are to ourselves. Because if I spoke to anyone, if I spoke to anyone who was going through what I'm going through or doing what I'm doing, I would, give them such a round of applause. I would pour so much love and light into them and assure them that they are doing everything they can, that they are vibing high, that they are thriving, that they are, inspiring others. Because in my head, I feel like I'm disappointing so many people. I feel like I'm disappointing so many people. But on the outside, looking in, I, if I were talking to someone else who's doing everything that I'm doing, they're in the place that I'm in, I would assure them that they are doing so well. I would assure them that they are making a path, designing their own path. And that's one of the hardest parts when you are doing something that you don't know anyone else who's doing it, you don't have a blueprint. It gets really tough because there's no manual. There's no manual to this. There's no, where are the instructions? Self-preservation is important, and I am learning that. I am learning that, and it's hard, especially when you have been taught to always be the sacrificial lamb. You always put other people first. When you grow up in spaces and places like that where your needs really aren't, no one really cares. It's just how you show up for how can you serve others? That's how I grew up. It's not about you. It's not about you. Oh, okay. Celebration. The fireworks just went off. It's hard to unlearn all of those things when so much of your life you have always felt that your sole reason for being here was to pour into others, was to provide for others, was to fulfill the needs of others. So then when you need something, you feel bad. Not only do you feel bad for just needing something, you feel bad for not being what everyone else need you to be. Like, it's so wild. Saying that aloud, it is so wild. And I cannot thank you all enough, especially just the positivity, the messages that you all have been sending me as of late. It has really gotten me through some really, really difficult times. And when I say time, I literally mean that, moments, seconds, minutes, because the highs and lows are real, okay? The emotional swings are real. And just extending myself grace with that. Like, this is a lot. It's hard. It is. And that's a word that I don't like to say. That's a word that I told myself I would take out of my vocabulary quite some time ago, because it's like, is it really hard? Things are only hard if you say it. No, some things are hard. Some things are hard. So, oh, bonjour. Yes, it is. I'm 3:44 here, and I'm finally pulling myself together. Finally pulling myself together, and I am giving 45%, which is 95, because all I have is 50. All I have is 50. So me showing up, me getting out of bed, me getting dressed, that I gave so much. And know that you are too. Know that you are too, and that it is totally okay. You will not always be at 100. You will not always be this positive beacon of light, it's just, it's not the reality. It's really not. And I know I wish I heard someone say that. I wish someone had told me that quite some time ago, because it really would have helped. But I'm telling myself, and I'm telling you, I am providing you all with everything I need. Everything I need. Like, I need somebody. I'm on my Erica Badu window seat. I need somebody come get me. But it's all good. In the midst of it all, I do realize I have so much to be thankful for, and that's even hard too. It is so, the human psyche, the human mind is such a dangerous thing. It is such a dangerous thing, especially when you are in a space of self, like, actualization. You're in a space of growing emotionally and mentally. It is, you get up here and you can't get out sometimes, because it's like these two, bonjour, it's like these two opposing forces constantly battling. You have the part of you that is grateful, thankful, appreciative. You realize how blessed you are. You know all of those things. But then you have the part of you, the very human part of you, that still feels so many emotions. And then you have this part of you, like, well, you should be thankful. This is how it is in my head. You should be thankful because you have so much to be thankful for, and blah 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 blah. You shouldn't be feeling down. And then it's like, but hold on, I'm still a person. I still, why was I given all of these emotions if I can't feel them? It is a constant battle. And that's draining. That is draining. If you all knew what went on, yes, that's what I'm dealing with right now. It's so exhausting. Because on a higher level, you know that you have so much to be thankful for, and you are. That's the thing. Just because you're feeling down, just because you're not vibing so high, just because you're having a human experience, does not mean that you aren't thankful and grateful for all the things that you have. And again, that's a lot of unlearning. That is a lot of unlearning. Growing up in spaces and places where if you sighed, you got in trouble, because what do you sign for? You got food on the table, you got a roof over your head. Like, you couldn't experience regular emotions. Oh my God, I needed to hear this. I will be watching the replay. You don't even know how you just blessed me. Oh, I'm so glad. And you have just affirmed. I'm so glad that I decided to get online and share this, because sometimes, sometimes I question. You are human with the heart and emotions. Exactly. But when you have been raised certain ways, or just society or whatever it is, has put these things in your head, that certain emotions you just should not feel. You shouldn't feel those emotions when you have this or that, when you have a roof over your head, when you have food, when you have running water, when you have Wi Fi, when you have so many things to be thankful for. You should not feel despair. You shouldn't feel sad. You shouldn't feel down. You shouldn't feel those things, because you have so much to be thankful for. And that's not realistic. That is not a reality. And when you don't feel it, you feel awful. So now you're feeling worse. You're feeling it. Whew, it's real. I continue to remind myself that I would not have been giving all of these emotions if I wasn't meant to experience them all. You're not going to always be happy. Yeah, it's not realistic. It's not realistic, but when you're someone, especially like me, I am so into positive thinking. I'm so into manifestation. I'm so into vibrations, the universe. I'm so into those things. So a lot of what I see when I log online, a lot of the things that are suggested to me are all in that track. So when I open my phone, I'm getting notifications about how blessed and how thankful I am, and how, oh, it's so real. It's so real. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am working on, bonjour. I am working on validating those emotions and just not ignoring them. Because ignoring those emotions that don't feel good, they're going to come out one way or another. You are going to experience those emotions one way or another. And sadly, we live in a society where certain emotions are more acceptable to show. And especially depending on your gender, certain emotions are more acceptable to show. Sadly, depending on your ethnicity, depending on, there's so many contingents, there's so many things where, feelings are not created equal. Some people can experience anxiety and everyone will cover them and be there for them and encourage them. Other people, if you're experiencing anxiety, if you're experiencing, whatever it is, you got to dig a little harder, dig a little deeper into your faith. It's ignored. I'm learning to give myself grace, absolutely, because I extend so much grace to so many people. The sun is in my eyes, so it's hard for me. I'm doing my best. When I was a child, I was allowed to express only happiness. Yeah, so many of us, so many of us. I was that child as well. I was that child as well because I had a roof over my head, because I had food on the table. I was supposed to be happy. I was not supposed to feel anything else, especially when you appear strong. Oh, being strong, I have no desire. I told the universe, I told the Lord, I told the Creator, I told everyone, take me off that list. I did not sign up for this. Who said I wanted to be strong? I didn't sign up for this. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it because it's exhausting. Yeah, you cannot live in a fantasy world. And that's truly, it's funny because a lot of people who meet me, they say that I live in an alternate universe, that I'm in some fairy tale land, that I'm blah, blah, blah. No, reality is a fantasy land. The fact that you think humans aren't supposed to have human experiences, that's the alternate universe. That's the fairy tale land. Me expressing my emotions, me feeling certain things, that that is not me living in some parallel universe, me addressing those things. But whew, c'est la vie. I hope you all just have an amazing day. And with this time difference for the most of us, get somebody else to do it. Yes. Take me off that list. I never signed up for that. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. I never signed up to be the strong Black woman. I did not. I did not. You are one of the most authentic women that I follow on social media, and that means so much to me. That means the absolute world to me. It does. It truly does. Thank you. Yeah. The it's such a short span of time. It's such a short span of time. Your now is such a short span of time. And I told myself that this morning. I know I'm feeling these things right now, but 5 minutes from now, things can change. 10 minutes from now, things can change. So I do that. I'm doing all the self work. I am reminding myself, you gotta extend yourself grace. You have to. Because if you don't, who will? Who will? I am a recovering strong Black woman. It wore me out. I'm exhausted reading that. I'm exhausted reading it. Like I never signed up for that. Who gave you my email address? Who gave you my number? Why are you on my line telling me I'm supposed to be a strong Black woman? I never signed up for that. That is something I never wanted to do at all. And I don't, it's not flattering when people tell me, oh my God, you're so strong. You're so that. That is not a flex. That is not something. Don't tell your friends. Don't you go around telling people I'm a strong Black woman. Don't. I mean, I know I'm in the gym, but nah. Mm-mm. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. I am making an effort to move towards a soft life. To get You get no grace as a woman, and you're labeled strong and independent. Yeah, get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. Like that is never. I never subscribe to that. That was bestowed upon me, and I take it back. Take it back. Yeah, it is very much attached to your identity. And at this point, I'm about to identify as, I ain't gonna tell y'all what I'm about to identify as because I'm over it. Yeah, get somebody else to do it. No desire. No desire to be strong. I don't want that. That is not my narrative. And don't go telling people that I'm your strong friend. Don't stop that. That rumor ends here. Don't go telling people that. Not me, because your girl's about to fold. Give up on everything. It takes strength to recognize overwhelm and more strength to do something about it. So it's killing us. Killing us. Being strong is killing us. I'm good on that, homie. I am so good on that. Like, that is just not what I'm interested in being or doing at all. But I just wanted to hop on. I know it's relatively early in the States. I wanted to hop on and just share that message with you all that it's okay. It's okay to. I'm so glad that you caught alive as well. I haven't seen your name in so long. That makes me so happy. I just want it to come from the future because depending on where you are, it's pretty early. I want you to know that if today all you can do is get out of bed, that is amazing. That is amazing. That's a flex. Extend yourself grace. Not every day is going to be 100. It's not. But if you only have 50 and you give 45, you give 40, that's a flex. That is a flex, okay? Ooh, I have so many books on my list. I need to. I can't even think of the name of the book because I typically read like 4 books at a time. The mental tabs. We have to let that narrative go. Exactly. Scram. Scram. No desire. So if you are a part of my subscription group, I am going to go live with you all because I have a surprise guest who's going to show up on our live. I have not inquired with him as of yet, but he's going to do it. He's going to do it. So if you are not a part of my family, consider doing so. It is a subscription here on the internet, and yeah, I share a lot of things that I don't share fully publicly. So with the special guest, I am excited that you all get to meet him, and it's going to be wild. It is going to be wild. So, oh, Mercy, I appreciate that. I truly do because I don't feel it, but I'm faking it till I make it. At this point, I pushed myself today. Pushed. Your girl's at 50. I'm giving 45. So, but have an amazing day. I am speaking and sending so much love and light your way. Just do the best that you can. That's truly all we can do. The best that you can is the best that you can. And today's best won't be tomorrow's best. Perhaps tomorrow you can give yourself, you can give a little more. But if right now all you have is a little, still stash some for yourself. Don't give it all away. Don't give it all away. I appreciate that so much. You all, merci. So I am going to get a little work done before I need to go driving. I have to drive somewhere. I have to drive somewhere. So I really need to get myself mentally together to drive. Your girl is driving in Dubai. Bow, bow, bow. Okay, who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? I love you all so much, and just be kind. Be kind to yourself. Extend yourself a little more grace, and extend me some grace. Again, if you message me and I haven't replied back, email, any of those things, I'm going to get back to you. But right now, I gotta take care of me right now because, whew, yeah. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Again, if you have not become a subscriber, a member, my family, consider. I love you so much. I wanted to message you my last night, but it was so early, and I tried to not be selfish when I call or text my East Coast family. I don't want to break your sleep because I'm not sleeping. I don't want to, but yeah, we have to set a time to chat because I need you. Yeah, driving. With it, hey, hey, hey. Oh, I appreciate that. Remember, you are the bomb.com. I needed that. I needed that so much. You do not understand. So we consider becoming my famille. Bonjour. We are going to go live. We are going to go live. I need to confirm with our special guest. This is the membership group. If you are not a member, again, consider doing so. $4.99 a month to subscribe. There's a $9.99 level, but it's the same thing. So I am bringing on a special guest where we are going to address some things live, and I'm excited and nervous about that because he's a bit unhinged, lacks couth. So it may be today. I have to see what time he gets back. I need him stable, and okay, I will. I will. Oh, merci. I appreciate that. Yes, yeah, so let me get out of here because I need to whip it, whip it, whip it. I gotta drive. So I will see you all soon. And just know that you are loved. And it's okay not to be okay. I said it. There, I said it. Ciao for now. You feel like you know who it is.